Yeah, I'm down here. Don't worry, you're not in trouble. Or are you? No, yeah, so my name is Phil Jerky. Easiest way to remember it is I'm a bit like beef jerky, but I'm longer and tastier, apparently. Just to right at the start, which one of you ordered a badly drawn Harry Kane? Does that help? Once you see it, yeah. I have to say this is one of my tougher gigs because most of you are sober, I assume. And also, how on earth do you follow that incredible singing, yeah? With a song? No, not with a song. Not with a song. So yeah, I chose the name Jerky because I have involuntary movements. Hopefully not bowel movements tonight. Apologies to people on the front row. Yeah, I have involuntary movements because I have young onset Parkinson's disease. Give me a cheer. Thank you for cheering my condition, you sick weirdos. So yeah, I'm used to performing to drunken, boozed up, very unattractive people. So it's nice to have a big change tonight. Well done, everyone. So yeah, Parkinson's isn't great, but as I say, it's no great shakes. Oh dear. So yeah, the thing about my condition is I don't like the disease bit. Is anyone not like disease? It's not appropriate with Parkinson's because it's got absolutely nothing to do with catching anything. Think about that for a minute. I have mental memory issues, I think. I have a vague recollection. Right. I'm going to ditch the stick, yeah? Bring on the cramps. Oh, yeah. Disease. Oh, yeah. When I do stand-up, and I've been doing it for a few years now, I did it because there's not many hobbies you can do that involve not using your hands. You know, if you smash it at a comedy gig, that's great. But if you smash it at a pottery class, not so good, not so good. Yeah, I'm not looking for sympathy when I do stand up. Sympathy's not much use to us on a practical term, is it? I mean, a kind word or a hug is always appreciated, just not as much as money or medication or a fortnight in the Bahamas. Open to all offers. Yeah, I like to give people the opportunity to laugh at the disabled in an acceptable way. You have to bear in mind this is a very toned down version of my set. With less effing and jeffing. Now, I know what effing is, but I've never really worked out what jeffing is. Don't think about that too much. So yeah, when it comes to my condition, I do feel a bit of a fraud. Because the one thing that people know about Parkinson's is a tremor, yeah? But I don't have a tremor. I've got plenty of other symptoms, though. So it's a bit like I've got 99 problems, but the twitch ain't one. I'm all about the jerks, no tremors. And that's just two of the songs on my Parkinson's playlist, which I always play on shuffle. Yeah, there are some songs that are banned from my Parkinson's playlist. The first one is the theme from Friends. Apologies for the singing. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Yeah, that's why. The second one is Saturday Night by Wakefield, because by the time I finish doing the actions, it's Sunday morning. And lastly, my least favourite song has to be "It's Fun to Stay at the XZP," whatever the heck that is. It's not great. It's not great. Yeah, Parkinson's. That was a good one. I like that. No, I can't say that. That's rude. So if you're wondering how I got Parkinson's, the answer is quite simple. I ate a piece of food that had been on the floor for 6 seconds. The rules are there for a reason, okay? You might have heard that the government are trying to get people like me back into work. What you might not be as aware is there's a special scheme for people with Parkinson's, yeah? It's called Stop Jerking and Shirking and Get Working. So now I work from home as a tattoo artist. Come and see me afterwards if you want a tattoo of your GP signature. Just a public announcement. This weekend, just bear in mind, all people with disabilities, don't put them on a pedestal. Most of us are going to need assistance getting back down from the pedestal. One phrase I don't like is when people describe me as a Parkinson's sufferer. It's very demeaning, isn't it? I much prefer it to being called that fidgety twit, though. You can imagine what that word was in my adult state, can't you? It's a little game to play in your head. Oh, I can't say that, that's rude. Someone came up to me after one of my gigs and said, "You don't have Parkinson's, don't you?" As if I'm sat there with a big disc of disabilities that I spin and go, "Reckon cerebral palsy tonight." Yeah. I'd call it my wheel of misfortune. Too dark? Okay, too dark. Cheers. That wasn't bad. I normally can't handle my drink. So a friend of mine the other day said, "You've got this." I was really worried about a gig, and he said, "You've got this." That was nice, wasn't it? Less nice when I was in my doctor's waiting room. And the doctor called me and he said, "Phil, you got this." Bit of a mental image there. I went to see my doctor the other day. I said, "Doctor, what can you give me for Parkinson's?" He gave me a tambourine. That, of course, is a joke because I saw my doctor. Yeah, good one. It's just nice to see so many of you here, you know. Oh dear. So one thing I learned on my recent trip to London was that if you've got a stick, it gets you a seat on the tube. But you get the whole carriage if you take a baseball bat. And you get the whole train if you look someone in the eyes and say, "Good morning." You know it's true. One good thing about Parkinson's is that no one asks me to do any DIY anymore. Whenever I hear the phrase, "You know the drill," I think I have a vague recollection. It's not the best. So when I was in London, I went to an auction. I ended up bidding on everything. And now I have a house full of antiques, or as they prefer to be called, parents. Yeah, I have to say, I do struggle to juggle anything. Has anyone enjoyed the cold weather recently? No. To be honest, I prefer it to the heat because when it's hot weather, I struggle to regulate my temperature. My medication doesn't work as well. And it's normally the 17th attempt when I give up trying to fill up an ice cube tray. So I tried self-deprecating humour, but there's so many people who are much better at it than me. Can't say that one. Say it, say it, say it, say it. So we often get a bit of a masked face or an expressionless face, which is a bit like free Botox. But you say this to people who spent a lot of money on Botox and they barely raise an eyebrow. My two worst symptoms are apathy and anxiety. I'd love to tell you more about that, but I can't be bothered. And I'm worried what you'll think if I do. Now, of all my symptoms, I'm not sure which is my favourite, but I do know that constipation is my firm number 2. I often drag a leg when I walk. So only this week I found out it's supposed to be one of your own. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a slow walker, but the last time I went to a Wetherspoons toilet and back, Peter Jackson turned it into a trilogy. A few more orcs this time. Anyone here get annoyed by slow walkers? Be honest, yeah. I used to get annoyed by slow walkers and I became one. I used to get annoyed by people who are forgetful and then I became one. I used to get annoyed by people who are tall and incredibly handsome. I used to get annoyed by people who are forgetful. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an optimist or a pessimist. I'm neither glass half full or glass half empty. To be perfectly frank with you, I'm happy to have anything left in my glass by the time I sit down. Who's up for a bit of a game? Okay. This is one part of the show where I encourage you to shout out something, okay? But hold your horse. No one's got a horse. Okay, it's fine. So what you're going to shout out is brave or inspirational, because as we know with people with conditions, that's the only two options we've got, yeah? You have to be brave or inspirational. So I'm going to tell you some scenarios of my life, and you can tell me what you think, okay? I turn over in bed all by myself. What if it's not my bed? It's not even my house. Oh, thank you. Next scenario, I pull up my trousers all by myself after doing a number 2. What if it's in the middle of Waitrose? Thank you. Okay, I go to the shops all by myself. What if I don't buy anything, I just follow someone around, taking things out of their baskets and putting them back on the shelf? Okay. I knew it. Thank you, that solves that one. So my mum wants a slow cooker for Christmas. I'm very happy about that. That's an extra £10 an hour for me. Although I anticipate it'll be a month on the counter and then the rest of the time shoved away in a cupboard. Oh yeah, nods at the back. So that's not going to be my main income, it's just going to be my side shuffle. When I was first diagnosed with Parkinson's, I vowed to do early on things that I won't be able to do later in life. So for a whole year I ate nothing but soup. I've got a son. Anyone else here done that sort of thing? Yeah. My son's at that tricky age, you know, between birth and 50. Yeah. He said he wanted a fidget spinner. So for months I was very nervous whenever I walked past the washing machine. I haven't told my son I've got Parkinson's yet, but I'm starting to suspect that he knows. The biggest giveaway is that every weekend he challenges me to a game of Jenga. So as I said at the top, I've got young onset Parkinson's disease, which is YOPD, the least efficient of all the American police departments. We're not very good with handcuffs. That's a very strange brag, normally a normal gig. So the most famous of all us YOPDers has to be Michael J. Fox. All aware of Michael J. Fox? Yeah. Who saw him on stage at Glastonbury with Coldplay? Remember that? In the dim and dark distance of the summer. Remember summer? Oh, that used to be good. That used to be great. Anyway, so he's on stage with Coldplay at Glastonbury. I thought, now this is brave and this is inspirational, you know? And then the thought dawned on me. What if we all have to go on stage with Coldplay? Surely we've suffered enough already. So I'll leave you with this because it's not mine. I'm trying to come up with a positive slogan to do with Parkinson's. So what about this? Parkinson's, it's not all bad. Every drink is a cocktail. And every bath is a jacuzzi. Thank you. Please do follow me on social media. Don't follow me home. It will take you ages. Thank you.